So you can see it's got mountains in here, so you've got terrain as well. This is really cool. I mean, look at that, beautiful. And you can see those winds just going all across. Honestly, it is beautiful. Yeah, Melodysheep has released another video, and if you haven't seen it, and you like space, and you haven't seen it, then you need to go and see it. Now this guy is a master of his craft, and we can only hope one day to be at the level that he's at. Obviously he collaborates with a lot of people that are involved in creating 3D graphics in terms of space scenes, planetary scenes, all sorts of effects in space, and he himself is a master of music composition, and he also handcrafts his videos. So what I've done specifically is I thought, right, he's got some really cool areas to see in his documentary, and what I thought is, why not take a look at all the scenes that he's showing us, and have a look at these destinations. Go in Space Engine, which is an amazing piece of software that I would recommend to everybody to get, and you can literally put in the names of what he is looking for, what he's telling us, that you can see the planets, the locations that he's gonna go through in his video. We can actually go there ourselves in Space Engine and have a look. Obviously they will not look even as as good as what he's doing, what he's showing us, but it's pretty cool to be able to interact with these in 3D space. So without any further delays, let's just begin that. Let's just start looking at our first location, which is actually very close to home. It's Neptune. So here we are in his video, and we've got the map, the first location being Neptune. So let's have a look ourselves in Space Engine. So this is Space Engine. Every time I will Alt tab to it, it will take a second or two for it to show up. But we are now hovering over Earth, and Space Engine is an interactive application, much like a video game. You can fly through it and so on. So I'm gonna go over here and type in a Neptune. Okay, a Neptune gives us a bit of information. It's in the apparent type. The parent obviously is the sun, and it's a planet. What we're looking for. So I'm just gonna press go to, which will take us to Neptune, and this is it. Look at that in all of its glory. It's got a ring. You can see the ring right over there. And what's really cool is that you can actually get very close to this ring. So once I get so close, the ring then becomes visible. So you can use the scroll wheel to slow down, and then as you move through, so we can actually slow down to the point where we're now seeing the belt in here, right around Neptune. And Neptune itself, we can make it we can get it to start moving. I'm just going to increase the brightness a little bit, or we can decrease it just so we want to see it differently. But we can play and then be able to see at a higher speed. So let me just increase that. We can now see Neptune spinning, and we can see we can see the moons as well spinning around Neptune, which is really cool. If we press Shift D, the planet will go away from us, and Shift F will make sure that we're following the planet as it's obviously moving around the sun. And we can obviously go a bit further away. Let's just increase that visibility so we can see where it is. We can press O on the keyboard to see its orbit as well. So that's Neptune's orbit right there around the sun. You can see it's a massive orbit. Let me just cancel it now and press, I believe it's G to go to it, which comes from go. But by pressing G, it seems that it's moving quite slowly. So I'm just going to press this button now. We are now back to Neptune. And you can see how it's spinning. Now, let's have a look at in terms of how it looks like in the video, in the documentary. As you can see, obviously, that looks really good, but it's not so different than what Space Engine was showing us. If you check in here, I'm just going to stop it. You can see it looks like in Space Engine, to be honest. Sorry, it looks like in the documentary from Melodysheep. So that's pretty cool. Neptune looks quite good, and it is very much like how he's envisioned it as well. Obviously, we know how Neptune looks like. It is very close to us, and we're able to observe it. Let's have a look at where he goes next. Oh, yeah, so he's talking about the Kuiper Belt. And then I mean, for me to be able to find the Kuiper Belt in Space Engine is very difficult because I would literally have to travel through light years away, literally light years away of information. So we're just going to go on to the next sort of thing because I think it will just take me too long to find the Kuiper Belt, just flying through. I don't know what you need to type in to find it, but overall, we can go to the next destination, which is Haumea. So let me just go over here. So Haumea is actually a like a sort of a moon. You could call it well, yeah, I think it's a moon, like an asteroid moon kind of type of thing. So it's actually it's got a ring as well. So if you go into Space Engine, and we can now search for it, and you can see we found it, Haumea, and we can press go to. Actually, let me just select it and press go to in here. And this is it. This is Haumea. It looks very interesting. It's got an egg shape, much like in the documentary in here. It is an egg shape, and it's got like this red spot. I'm not sure if this is present in Space Engine as well, but it could be. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it's by the way, it's spinning very, very fast as well. So Haumea is spinning very fast, and you can see it's got a ring. It's really, really cool, actually. Let me just pause time. I think I'm seeing a sort of a red tint here, but I'm not entirely sure. It could be. I don't know if in Space Engine we actually can see that detail. Now, the next part that he goes to, he shows, let me just have a look. He shows Make, which is, in this particular iteration of it, is like a reddish purple, I would say, yeah, purple-red sort of planet. Let's have a look how that is present in Space Engine. So just type in there, and we can see make Make, press to go to, and I like how the actually the scene sort of travels over there, so the camera will travel to that point. And you can see it. It's not like in his video where it's got a red tint. In here, it's looking much more closer to the moon. I like the details of how the surface looks like. It's very detailed, and that's really cool. I like how you can get some really nice renders out of this just by, just flying around the Space Engine. So that looks really pretty cool. The next destination in his video is actually Gong Gong, which again is right there near Haumea. So we can have a look at that as well. Let's go in Space Engine and see how that is portrayed. So Gong, there it is. We found it. It's an asteroid, so we can have a look. Okay, well, that looks completely different from what I've envisioned. So yeah, it looks very interesting. Now bear in mind the Space Engine is using actual data that is available to everybody. It is using a sort of a library from real life. So it's pretty much generating these planets procedurally based on information that is provided by science. So I'm not sure if Melodysheep is the one who got his team to envision the right one, or was he just going a bit more for the artistic look, or Space Engine is just not able to deliver as it is. But if we press play, you can see how this looks like. It's very shiny kind of, the reflection on this is quite nice. But yeah, a bit of a brown stain it, isn't it? Right, okay, so let's have a look. The next bit, sort of like the next sort of jump, he does go to Alpha Centauri. So let me just go a bit ahead in here. So I would definitely recommend you guys that watch this documentary. It's phenomenal. I will put a link in the description. But yeah, he goes to Alpha Centauri A plus B. Now, if you want to find these, it's a bit tricky because you can't just type in Alpha Centauri, and that will show up. So you've got to actually press the search button in here, and let's look for, you got to put in Psi and then Sen A. And then you can see it's got the symbol in here for the Centauri, and you can press go to. And this will take you to this system, right? So this is a binary system. And if we go backwards a little bit, you can see that there. Now, if you're really, if you're up to some really cool stuff, let me just press play on this now and see what will happen. So I'm going to press play. And now you can see the interaction there, right? You can see how they're effectively, that's rotating around this. But if I unlock, let me just shift D. So I've unlocked both of them now. So I'm not actually following any of them. I'm just watching them together. So if I press play, you can see how they're pretty much just revolving around each other. Now look at that. That's beautiful. Honestly, some really, really beautiful effects here in Space Engine, and it's really cool that you can do that. And I can increase their brightness even more, so we can see the galaxy in the background there. That's really cool. Obviously, they're flaring up. They're moving quite fast, so we can slow them down, make them sort of. Oh, not stop them completely, just make them go a bit slower. And obviously we're looking at this in HDR, so just to be able to glimpse through their, jets of energy, basically. So that's pretty cool. Now, what we can look at is, we can look at the next one, which is the Proxima B, I believe. Let's just have a look. Yeah, Proxima Centauri B. So let's have a look at that. How does that hold in Space Engine? So I'm going to type in Proxima B, and I believe that's the one. Let's have a look. Go to. Yes, this is the one. And you can see that it's got winds around it as well that are traveling. By the way, in case I didn't make you guys aware of this, you can actually land on this planet. So let's do that now. So if I sort of pretty much head deep into the planet, I will hit it. And now I'm on the ground. This is the ground of the planet. And I think you also saw those winds. Now, very nice that you can play. And let me just do that. Oh, sorry. I think I may have. Let me just travel again to it. I think I may have sped it up too much. Okay. So yeah, I'm actually literally following it at the minute. It's right there, actually. I am traveling still to it. As you can see in here, the travel time. So that's it's not going very fast. We can press the search button again and press go to, so we will reach it a lot faster and pretty much hone in on it. So you can see those winds, how powerful they go. And as I said, we can press pause on this, but this also stops the winds. So let me just slow it down, and I am going to land on it again. That's pretty much me. Have I landed? Not sure. Oh yeah, I've landed. Oh, there we go. Right, so you can see it's got mountains in here, so you've got terrain as well. This is really cool. I mean, look at that, beautiful. And you can see those winds just going all across. Honestly, it is beautiful. I love it. I mean, look at all those details in there. It's just fantastic. Obviously, I don't think we can say that we've got the sort of like same fidelity as Mr. Melodysheep. I know obviously these aren't done in a real-time engine. These renders, they're made by very experienced people, probably in offline renders such as Blender and whatever 3ds Max and whatnot, Houdini, most likely. Yeah, I don't think Unreal Engine though. I highly doubt it. But look at the scenery in his videos. Right, let's move on to the next thing. So I believe I need to. I mean, he's showing some outposts and stuff. But the next thing, let me just see. Have I gone over? No. about here. Yeah, so he now is going to Gliese 536b. So obviously it's that time for us to go in Space Engine and have a look at it. So I'm now typing in Gliese, yeah, 536. We're looking for B, so I'm going to select the B one and then obviously press go to. You can see how this is, you know, all. Oh, look at that. That looks nice. This reminds me of our very own Jupiter, but look at that. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Look at it. So I'm not sure if this is, yeah, so we can probably decrease the exposure, maybe leave it something like that. I'm not sure. Let's just increase the speed. So yeah, oh look, there's the star that's it's going around it. So let's just slow it down, and now let's have a look at actually landing. So I'm just trying to land. Have I landed? I'm not really sure. I think because this is a gas. Yes, this is quite cool. You can't actually land on this. So you can't actually land on this planet because it's a gas. So you pretty much go through it. Yeah, so I think you just sort of hit the core, and that's about it, really. It obviously doesn't, it won't be able to show you what's inside of there, but that looks pretty cool to me. Right, so let me just go back in here. Let's just see what the next one is. So I mean, let's just the way this is what it looks like. So in his Gliese in his video, it's surrounded by this, you know, atmosphere that's pretty much ejecting as the planet travels. The gravity here is so strong, the pressure in here is so strong. It's orbiting so close to the sun. So again, I don't want to spoil the documentary. You guys need to watch that. We're just looking for planets. We're looking for stuff that he's looked at. Okay, look at this beautiful scenery. Honestly, I'm gonna make the same stuff in Unreal Engine myself. Right, so the next one, oh, the TRAPPIST system. Okay, so that is an interesting thing because it's got multiple planets pretty much in the very close in the orbit to its stars. So let's type in TRAPPIST 1, okay, and I'm gonna press go to. Let's have a look. Now, this is the star, that's what we're looking for, and you can already see planets that are moving around it. Let's just increase the exposure a bit. Hopefully that will let us be able to see them. Oh yeah, I'm not sure. I think even with YouTube sort of compression, you're able to see those. You can see them moving. Let me just press O on the keyboard, and these are the orbits. Okay, these are the orbits that we're moving onto. This is beautiful stuff. And I can press play faster to sort of like make them spin around like that. I mean, look at that. You can see the orbits there and how they're playing out as this happens. That's pretty cool. Now, if I... let me just try and slow down now. And I believe if I press the orbit, yeah, and then press G, I will actually be able to go there and see this object. So you see that? I can actually go very, very, very close and actually be able to see the planet. And this is, which one is this? Because right, let's just deactivate the orbits. So right here, you can see it's HIP 398. And then I mean, it's got a very interesting texture, this, doesn't it? Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful texture. Let's just get closer. Does it have a surface? No. Oh, man, I'm so disappointed. It doesn't actually have a surface. Oh, it does, but... yeah, it does have a surface, actually. Oh, this is an interesting one. So it's got, like, sand on it? So what's above, then? There's something else is above. So there's like a thick layer. Yeah. So I would definitely recommend you guys have a look and see what that is, but this looks really cool. Right, let's have a look again in here. Oh yeah, he's aligned them this way. So you can actually do this in, you can do this yourself in Space Engine if you want to. So I will show you now. In Space Engine, you've got a button over here. So it says Solar System Browser. Sorry, not the browser. No, not that. It's this one, the Solar System Chart. So if you press that, it will actually show you Oh yeah, showing HIP 39A, but that's not what I want to see. I want to... Let me just get a bit further away. Press O, so I can... Yeah, I can see the star. I've selected the star, and now I'm going to press this button over here, which will then... You can see, right, so it's saying TRAPPIST-1 has got this star. What is this TRAPPIST-1? No, I think this is probably just moving around it, and then it's got these planets. And one interesting thing is I can actually zoom and see all of the planets. This is really cool because you can now pretty much see how all the planets in this sort of system look like. Oh, that's got a very interesting shape. So yeah, that's really cool. Be able to do that, and you can sort of go further away. So that's kind of like the chart of this sort of system. We can now close that. Let's have a look where he goes next. So the next thing he goes to, because I think, yeah, he's looking at all of these, you know, TRAPPIST-1H and so on. Actually, let's just have a look at TRAPPIST-1H. That looks very interesting. So I'm going to type in TRAPPIST-1H, but I can't see anything. Oh, it's this one right here. So go to, I wonder how it will look like in Space Engine. Ah, nice, cool. No, man, no, not even close. Not even close to what they've got in to what Melodysheep is showing us. I mean that looks, yeah, that looks better, yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at what's the next thing that he goes to. Obviously, he's showing a lot of detail around these. So yeah, we've already seen all these planets around TRAPPIST, which is a very interesting name. It trapped so many planets. Right, so now I'm moving forward. Hopefully this will load. So it's still looking at the TRAPPIST thing. Let's just move forward, and yeah, I believe, look at that. That's really good imagery. So he is now looking at HD 189773b. Oh, this looks really, really cool. Let's have a look how it looks like in our space engine. So I'm going to type in HD 189733b. Actually, I'm going to add a space right here, and we have found it. I'm going to press go to have a look. Okay, that's an interesting look, I must say. Let's just, yeah, no exposure. Not a lot to see, really, in terms of the surface. So, yeah, it's just a very interesting rainbowish color there. It's nice, but, yeah, I think... Oh, yeah, the interesting thing is the jet of it. So you can see it's actually... It's shooting. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he goes into the video with this. It's pretty much... pretty much orbiting around this. So yeah, you can see the orbit, but it's somehow also maybe plunging towards no, I think the heat is actually pushing the atmosphere away from the planet. Is that how it works? I'm not really sure. Yeah, very interesting stuff to look at. Now, let's have a look at the next thing that he's looking at. Yeah, some interesting effects in here from Melodysheep, honestly. This is looking fantastic. I'm now having a look at the next thing. So, where is it? Does he actually change to something else? Yeah, so he's now going from the Milky Way pretty much away to J1407b. So let's have a look at that. We'll type in J1 407, and it was the B, but I can't see the B. Let's select that, go to, and if I think I know what this is. Yeah, that's what it is. Right, okay, let's have a look here. So this is an interesting one. This is a planet that the rings are so big, it would probably, I mean, I think you could see it from Earth. Like if this would replace Saturn, you could see this from Earth. This is insane. So this is what it looks like in the documentary. Let's have a look in Space Engine. Let's decrease our exposure and let's get close to this bad boy. So it's called WASP. Okay, so I am going to get closer to it. Now, it's a bit dark. We're a bit far away from a light source, so it's time to bring in some light. And ooh, look at how much that extends. That is so cool. And there's like the tiny planet right there in the middle. Like honestly, it's incredible. I'm gonna try and get close to it. You can, oh, I've just passed it. Let me just decrease that speed so we can sort of get closer and closer to it. And maybe decrease the exposure a bit and have a look. There's no real surface here that we can see, in the sense of there's not a lot of detail on it. I am on the surface right now, and that's what it looks like. But look at that, guys. Honestly, look at the beauty of that ring right there. That is so cool. The imagery in here is incredible. Okay, now obviously in this video he goes through, shows us more and more, but we don't want to see that. I mean, we do want to see that, but we don't want to see it this way. Let's just have a look at the next thing. So he's showing the rings and what's going on in them. When is he moving on to something else? Come on, Melodysheep. So yeah, imagery of binary stars in the horizon. That's all very cool. Yeah, I've tried looking for those. I can't actually find this, so I'm gonna move past this point. Maybe you guys can find it. But the next sort of location that he goes to is WASP 121b. So let's have a look at WASP 121b. Back in Space Engine, I'm gonna type in WASP 121b. And I haven't found anything, so let's try it differently. Oh, there we go, 121b. So go to. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah. Interesting. Even with no exposure, it's still very bright, even at the back. Is there something else lighting it? Not that I can see. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, it looks quite nice. It's not the greatest looking cosmic object, but it's not, it's not bad. What does it, in his video, it looks different. Like, ooh, it's boiling. It is red hot. So that's why it sort of shines. So I like how Space Engine sort of knows that, and it sort of shines on both ends. Well, it's got obviously light emanating from its surface because of how hot it is. So let's have a look at what he's looking at next. I'm just searching. Oh man, honestly, there's some really cool effects in here, and I think these effects look like mid-journey level stuff. I'm just gonna have to use AI to do something similar. Okay, so the next thing he goes to is HD 219134. Which is a 21 light years away from us. Let me have a look in Space Engine, press the search button, and have a look at, so what did we say now? It was HD 219.134b. I'm going to it, and okay. Let's just decrease that. Very bright, this one as well. And it's got... Yeah, it is. So it is rotating. It's very close to its star as well. There's some other planets around here, but yeah, it's... Yeah, I would say our Jupiter looks a lot more interesting than this. I'll be quite honest. I'm only... I mean, here, sure, it looks... Yeah, in the documentary, it probably sort of pushes the boundary. I mean, in the surface. Oh, so it's full of crystals and diamonds, probably, and yeah, probably a very, very rich planet. Okay, so from that, he's going to WASP 12b. I swear that we've been there before, haven't we? Yeah, I think we've been there before. Let's have a look at something else. So what is he looking at now? Oh, it's like an egg shape. Oh, I like that. I like the egg shape stuff. It's always cool to have an egg-shaped planet just moving around. It's very close to the star. That's why he's doing this. Oh, in here, I think he shows a supernova, and then he's going to show us some zombie planets. And it's got a very interesting name. I'm sure you guys will love this. The name of the planet that he's going to show us, which I just need to find, is, so that's the name of the pulsar of the super, yeah, the pulsar. If you guys want to have a look at that, search for that. But the planet that he's looking for is the Draugr. I think that's what you call it. So we can find this, and we can find this in Space Engine as well. So I'm just gonna go there, type in Draugr, and the parent is Lich. So yeah, pretty cool. Whoever named this, well done. Okay, so go to. Ooh, very mysterious indeed. Now this looks like a dead planet to me. Yeah, I mean, look at this, guys. Look at that surface. Look at how dead this is, and the pulsar is right over there. You can see it. It is pulsing, as the name implies. So let's just get close to the surface of this, because this looks cool and good to sort of fly around in it. This gives me a bit of a what do you call it? Space Engineers vibe, or I feel like a No Man's Sky. Yeah, No Man's Sky would be pretty cool on this. Look at that, beautiful. Okay, let's have a look at what he goes to next. So from this point, oh man, that's beautiful. How do I make something like that? That's what I want to make. I want to make something like that. I want to make this in Unreal Engine. And it's called Poltergeist. And I've already got an idea of how to do this. So most likely going to have to use some parallax. Parallax. That's what I need. Parallax. I need my parallax. Okay, let's search for Poltergeist. So Poltergeist, and it's in the same system, the Lich system. And ooh, look at that! Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I like how those clouds are spinning around there. That is beautiful. Dead planet again. As everything is probably dead in the system. But I like those clouds. Let's have a look. Let's get close to the surface. We're on the surface now. It's a very flat surface. Not a lot going on in terms of ridges, mountains, or anything like that. But very nice overall. Very nice system. Look at there is the galaxy. Pretty cool. Right, okay. Melodysheep, the guys who made this video, this just nailed it. I mean, yeah. And now Phobetar looks pretty cool. Let's have a look ourselves. We need to search for this. We've got to find it, guys. So Phobetar, go to, let me just select it, go to, and let's have a look. Yes, this is dead as well. Kind of looks the same as the other ones, but the texture is a bit different. Let's just have a look right here. It seems like there's like a ridge. Yeah, so definitely a bit more bumpy than the other one. It's got some stuff has flown on it, and Space Engine has obviously used the data that it's got to be able to construct this. I like the surface. It's all, yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, this looks really good, really good. How do I get this technology going in Unreal Engine so I can have my own landable planets like this? I mean, that's what we all want, isn't it? That's what we all need, really. Okay, and I believe that, yeah, that sort of pretty much concludes what he was showing to us in the documentary as, in terms of destination. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. I know I enjoyed watching the documentary. It was breathtaking, and also using Space Engine to find all of these locations. And there are I don't know, an infinite amount of locations to find in Space Engine. And I'm not joking when I say that you yourself can be an explorer in Space Engine. You can go in Space Engine and pretty much find all these places, and you'd be amazed of the things that you can find there. You'd be amazed. There are places that people have never seen. Like literally, you can explore the vastness of space in Space Engine, and there are areas within this application that nobody's ever found that look incredible. And people do share this with other people. You can actually find the coordinates. There are websites and so on where you can do that. Now, I would like to thank you, my Patreons, my Creo Interactive supporters, and people who bought all my space projects. If you want to make your own space scenes in Unreal Engine or Blender, please consider purchasing one of my projects. and have fun, and I'll see you guys